What's up, y'all? This your girl E Weezy, E Dub, whatever you want to call me. I'm with my dog JT.
Hello.
We're in the Easy Bucket Lounge. Listen, y'all, I got one of my favorite people with me. This is my dog. It's been a long time. I've been dying for her to get on this podcast and just share her story and just for me to just share light on her. With my dog, Tiffany Mitchell. What's up, man?
What's up?
Now Mitchell takes it right out of midair. Tiffany Mitchell.
Toppy looks to keep up with Mitchell. Contested finish.
7 in a row. It's been a streaky night. And there's a basket by Tiffany Mitchell.
Listen, we're going to jump right into it. We ain't even going to play with you because I've been trying to get you here. I just been wanting to hear everything about you that the world just probably don't know. I want you to be able to tell us whatever it is that you want the world to know. I'm sure you done told the world a little bit, but also just dive into it in a chill, relaxed, setting. But let's have fun with it too as well.
Of course.
All right. So you played for a living legend, Don Staley, right? And South Carolina is a powerhouse. Everybody wants to go there. You were on one of the foundational teams that basically laid the groundwork for where they are now. During your time there, like, what was that? What does it mean to be one of those ones who laid the foundation brick by brick and see where it's at now?
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick is, it's true. I didn't know that the career that I had and like what I was doing would be the South Carolina that it is now. I went literally because I love Dawn Staley. I saw her growing up. I watched her when she would play with the Sting. And just literally wanted to be exactly like her and have her exact same career, exact same life. Like literally I wanted to be, that was the person that I saw in my head when I was younger, like, oh yeah, like she's that one. So when I went there and had the opportunity to play for her, to me it was a no-brainer. Like you getting coached and taught and led in life by someone like Dawn Staley, who's literally done everything for a basketball player, like you want to do yourself. So like I said, to me, it's a no-brainer. Of South Carolina, like I committed to her and her vision, not necessarily like South Carolina, like she was there and it made sense for me also just because I was from Charlotte. So it's an hour and a half up, a little drive. My family's important to me as well. So it just made sense. Everything was kind of falling in line and I just took that opportunity and ran with it. She laid it out for me. So if I messed that up, that was on me, honestly.
So recently you got inducted to the Hall of Fame of South Carolina. And you can tell y'all have a great relationship. I know for me, the biggest lessons that I learned about basketball weren't things that was like necessarily on the court. It was the lessons that they taught me that I still carry to this day. What's something that Don taught you that you still rock with?
Let's see. I've learned a lot from Dawn, honestly, that has impacted my life so much. But I think just being when people see her, they probably think of like a celebrity, like big time, don't want to talk to nobody, like all to herself type of thing. But she's so personable. And I think how she carries herself and just how she goes throughout life on a day-to-day, like that's something that I try to just embody myself. Like you're never too big for something. You're never over any type of job. Like, when we travel and stuff, like you're never over helping somebody pick a bag up or take it to the bus, like to me. So it's like seeing things like that, especially from somebody of her caliber.
Right.
I knew myself, like there's no way that I could feel that way, like especially going to the league and having all these things in front of you. So I think that's something that I definitely took from her, just, not being bigger than life itself. Like she's such a giver. And again, coming from somebody like her, you would never think that. Like people on the outside just probably think she's just so into herself, but it's the complete opposite. And I love that about her. Like she's so personable, she's so down to earth. Like she really like us. Like she'll come in here right now and pull up a chair. She'll pull a chair up, pour a drink up with us, and be chilling. Like you really would have no idea just from how she carries herself. But that's another thing. Like the outside looking in, it's all up to y'all on how y'all perceive her. But if you know her, like if you know, type of thing. So that's definitely something I've taken with me my entire life. Like just give back when you can, for real.
I like that. But like you said, Don Staley is Don Staley. The one thing I love about Don, me and Don, we still got beef. But even though I said we ain't really got beef no more, we still got a little beef. I forgive you a little bit. But like you said, just being around Don Staley, like how you said that South Carolina, it didn't matter whether it was South Carolina or Illinois, you would have been where Dawn was at, basically, right? So give me, what advice would you give a kid that's trying to go to school to, in the sense of make a decision where they want to go? Because like you said, it had nothing to do with the school. It had everything to do with Don Staley.
I mean, nowadays, you got NIL. Like,
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
You got NIL, so I think that's gearing a lot of people's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like for us, and back then, like it was all about loyalty, like fit, like you want to go there, you want to play hard, you want to win.
Right.
Like that's all you really think about. You're not thinking about no money.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about, what's after. Like to me, like in that mindset, like it's just two different generations to me.
But that's the grind though. Like
I
when
love
we was in school, the grind was to get to the money. These kids got the money.
Money
before
was
they
already
even-
there.
Before they even-
grinded.
Why you need to grind?
No, seriously. That's how they thinking. Because it's like, why? Like for us, it was just like, bro, I gotta grind so we can get to the bag. These kids is getting checked before they even put the damn ball in the basket.
No, I ain't
Before
gonna
they
lie.
put the practice uniform on.
No, for real. So it's in a sense, it kind of changes where it's like the coach kind of work for them.
No, for real. Like these coaches working overtime to
In
figure
college.
out how to get them funds so they can come.
Right.
Play me if you don't want to.
Right. Watch. Portal next season. I'm not even gonna wait next season. Next semester, gone.
Here.
And then I'm just finding out that these don't even gotta sit out. They can go right away.
Niggas here. I could play for I could go play in Hawaii just because I really wanted to be on the beach.
Right.
I could go play for UNLV because I want to hang out in Vegas. Then I'm gonna go play for Miami because I'm in Miami. And then I'm gonna go try to win at South Carolina. So
you don't win. I did a whole tour just to get a championship.
Basically, but I had fun doing it and I made a lot of money. Because some of these players, honestly, if you look at it, maybe they don't see themselves playing professionally. Like that was my ultimate goal. When I knew when I was 10 years old that I wanted to be a professional. Like I said, I seen Dawn. I had women's basketball at the forefront since I was young. And a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So I seen women playing at the highest level since I was a young girl. So like for me, I'm like, that's what I want to do. That's where I want to be. Now, like people see us and like, I'm making more than her. Like, I don't
for real. That's what I was telling. Who I think I was telling Dennis. I was just like, how I'm gonna be able to tell a rookie something when they like, girl, I make more money than you anyway.
Get your bag up. I'm about to leave him with my G-Wagon.
But longevity is everything. I've been in this league 10 years, undrafted.
Clock it.
If you don't do what you do on that court, that money go away. No, for real. So it's like, yeah, you got money right now, but these brands is like, okay, what you doing?
Yeah, you got to perform. They don't know that when you get to the league. So that's why I was like, maximize your time in college. Like if I could redo it, again, I've had an amazing college career, but it's like if I was in this NIL era, I definitely would spend as much time as possible in college that I can.
So it's just like, as a vet, as a WNBA vet, you walking into your vet years too as well. What are we telling these kids to stay motivated to get where we are? Because this is the dream. You know what I mean? The WNBA is the dream. But how do we keep these kids or these young adults motivated through college, knowing they making more money than us, millions, to still go and chase that dream? Because like I said, it does run out if you ain't doing what you need to do. Like what we saying, Tim?
I mean, I think it's what you said earlier. It's just the longevity part. Like, if you're not performing, like, these teams next, like, you might play 1 or 2 years. They're going to give you an opportunity. I mean, if you're a bigger name, of course, you might get a little more opportunity. Like, your leash might be a little longer to kind of stay through your struggles. But if you're kind of like in the middle of the pack, you're struggling, you still make good money in college, but you're not really doing anything. You're not contributing. You're not really... you're on the team, but it's like you ain't really doing a whole lot. It's like you're not going to find yourself in this league 6, 7, 8 years not getting better, not adding something to your bag each season. So that, I mean, to me, it's up to them. Like if you want to be great, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to just be a role player in this league. Like
even that's hard, Tip.
Trust me, I know. I know.
Wait.
Working out 3 times a day to be a role player. But I love it. Like I said, like I love that type
work.
of stuff.
We love the work.
I'm in love with the process. I'm in love with the grind. Like that literally makes me who I am. So I eat it up. Like I wouldn't want it no other way. Like I don't want nothing handed to me. Like honestly.
Typically when it's handed to you, what happened? You don't appreciate it.
You get complacent.
Yeah, you don't appreciate it, end up running out. Like, and then you looking around like, damn, what I'm gonna do next? So like that's why I tell people, even for me, like 10 years in, like my 10 years was not easy. It was damn so hard, but like I wouldn't change it. Honestly, I wouldn't want to get drafted because I probably would have walked in the gym like, yeah, I don't got drafted. I'm cool. I got a spot. No, motherfucker, when you get drafted, you do not have a spot. You still got to work for your spots.
Mm-hmm.
You can get drafted, but if that fit ain't for you, what's going to happen?
You gone. And I mean, and that's the league and in its totality. It's like, I think when people succeed and where you see them at their best, it's like it's not because they're not, a good player. It's like the fit just not there with that team. Like some people, like, you never can see their skill set based on just the team that they're on. So that doesn't, like I said, necessarily doesn't mean you're not a good player, because people go overseas and they look like two different people. Mm-hmm. And everybody, the outside is always like, why she ain't doing that when she here? Like, because first
my
of all,
leash ain't that long, buddy. My leash is very thin right here, but over here is
like, you go overseas, you're the main character, so you got to have main character energy. And to stay in this league, you got to sometimes know how to not have that main character energy and be that person that's picking other people up. Yeah, like, look, we only need you to come in, get a couple boards, get some stops. If you can be on transition and score, cool. But we really don't need you to do a whole lot.
That's these new fans.
Yeah.
These new fans just think it was like, well, why she making all this money? She don't do this. Yo, know what? Yo, girl here, you don't know shit.
But how did we get here?
But
I was kidding.
Also, like, let's talk about how you said about overseas, where you overseas, you the main character, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you're in the WNBA, it's a role you got to play. Let's talk about how we have to turn them switches off and how it is not easy to go from being the man to just sit your over there and just in a corner.
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to both of our longevity. Like, you're finished up your 10th year, and I just finished up my 9th. So it's just like, that's unheard of. Like, the lifespan for most W players are like 3 to 4 years. So it's just being able to adapt. I feel like every team you've been on, every team I've been a part of, the reason that we stuck and people want us around on different teams is because of our ability to adapt and like fit in so seamlessly. Mm-hmm. Like, overseas, you have to come in with a different mindset, or you also gone.
So, you're gonna be gone regardless.
Right? So it's like, look, now you have the opportunity that you probably didn't have when you're in the W on that team. So it's like, now don't come over here and waste that opportunity either. But it's like being able to, flip-flop. It's hard because you have to be ready, especially if you're not averaging a lot of minutes in the W. If you're averaging 5 to 10 minutes in the W and then having to go play 35, 40 minutes overseas, it's hard on your body, physically, mentally, because now you're counting on doing so much more than you were, a month ago. And like I said, physically, your load is ramped up so fast. So it's like you have to, again, gauge yourself during the W season to prepare for the overseas season. So you have that in the back of your mind while you're still playing in the W. Like, well, shoot, I'm leaving anyways in a month. Like, I still got to work out as if I'm about to play for 35 minutes, even though I'm not here.
So we kind of touched on, like, from college going to the league. You were drafted top 10, number 9 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Hey, number 9. You were drafted number 9. You in year 9.
Number 9. That's what they call it. I think that's what they say, right?
No, they do not.
Too many people don't get a chance to play in the league, and it's even smaller that you're going to get drafted. Both of those happened for you. What was that night like?
Draft night. Let's see. Let me take it back.
9 years ago.
I don't know. Almost 10 years. Woo!
You get old. Yeah, you get old.
Draft night. I mean, so going into my senior season in college, I broke my foot. Mm-hmm. So I had a great jump from my freshman year to sophomore year. Won Player of the Year. Won again my junior year. So of course, you're like, oh, she gonna 3-peat. Like, all the hype is on us. Like, honestly, we went to the Final Four for the first year, my junior year. So they're thinking we about to run it back. So I got invited to do USA that summer and end up breaking my foot. So going into my senior year of college, so I'm like, I know the drafts in the back of my head, like the W, like that's something that's important to me, of course. And you see the pre-draft, the draft boards, like kind of where you gonna fall at. And you try not to pay attention to it.
Paying attention. Listen, hey, I know y'all seniors is watching that right now. Y'all looking at the little pre.
That is my advice. Don't do it.
Don't look at it.
You try so hard. I tried though.
But people tagging these folks.
So you just might open your phone and like, oh damn, they got me at number 5 today. Like, damn, I'm in the second round today. So you're going through each game like, oh, like kind of, and it was even more stressful for me because you already know me. I'm an overthinker in general. Like, so I'm going crazy because I'm entering my senior season off of an injury. And it was an injury that no one knew that happened unless you were at the USA. game that was in Canada. So I went that whole summer just rehabbing. Like no one knew, they didn't release anything until the start of the season, and then said like, you know, I had broken my foot. So at that point, I haven't even like did a full sprint. Like beginning of my senior year, I remember we played Kelsey. We played Ohio State.
Hey, Kelsey Mitchell.
So they made this whole big thing, of course, Mitchell versus Mitchell. Like, so it's the whole thing. And then again, in the back of my head, I'm like, these people don't even know. I ain't even ran up and down this court. So I'm like, I don't know what they're about to see when they get out here, but let's go with it. But I mean, my senior season was just that. Like it was so up and down, very inconsistent. You know what I mean? I like to be consistent, like to be efficient. I'm not a person that takes 30 shots a game. Like if I'm gonna have 20, I want to do it on, you know, very efficient. Yeah. Very efficient 20. That's what I would rather have. But so again, draft night for me was kind of the same. Up in the air. I knew my draft was pretty deep though. That was Stewie and all
I know.
The entire UConn class got drafted, and then it was everybody else. So it was like Stewie, Mariah, Morgan, like it literally was their entire class, and then all of us. Like it was Courtney Williams, Kalia. We all in this, like Kalia was my roommate, so I'm like, this draft is deep. So I'm like, I literally could fall to second round because of just how I played my senior year. But I felt like, you know, Amber was telling me like the work and what I've shown prior to just my senior year, like it shouldn't affect, you know, falling that far. But I mean, again, it's about fit. And I was thankful, honestly, to go to Indiana at 9 because I think that was the perfect fit for me at that time. Like Ketch was still playing, like Tamika, like being able to play with Tamika as a rookie is unheard of. Like, how is she still playing, first of all? Because, again, that's longevity.
How many years did she play? What was that?
That's longevity.
16. No. I think it was 6. Was it 16? 17?
No,
it was
16.
In the high teens, though.
The high teens?
It was above 15.
16.
It was above 15.
Look,
that was her retiring year.
Yeah.
Every gym we was in was sold out.
I know. So, literally, I used to joke with her because I was like, dang, like, when you was drafted to Indiana, I'm like, I was in first grade.
No way.
I swear. 2001, I was in first grade, and that's when she was drafted to the Fever.
Oh my God! Why you made her feel old like that? I know Tamika was like, "Well, damn."
Right. Now we teammates. If I'm still playing with a first grader, get there.
Hey,
come,
God go get calmer now. God go get you now.
Said, sit it down. Look, sit it down. But nah, I mean, the fit was amazing for me. Like what they wanted, and stuff being my coach, like everything kind of just fit for me. But the draft night itself was pretty nerve-wracking just because I knew how inconsistent my senior year was. But I wasn't doubting myself as a player. It was just more so like, what does these coaches see now? Like, what do they think, you know, want for their team, and how would I fit there? Especially not being top 5 is not guaranteed. So I'm like, dang, like even falling out of the top 5, I get to camp, I still might not make the team. Yeah. So it's like,
you got to camp and you did what you needed to do.
I did.
You definitely did what
I had a really good camp. I felt good. Like my rookie season I felt great, honestly. And like I said, I think it was about the fit. Like I was the only rookie on the team. Yeah. And came in with a bunch of vets. And I think that's a lost, like,
people don't.
It's lost.
Listen, people don't value having vets because like, I'm telling you, like you said, having Tamika Catch and having Breon January, having Nadia Chanwa, having those brains that's already been through so many things, being able to like, almost like cover you from certain mistakes. Yeah. So now you got these young ones that think they just know everything. They're just like, baby girl, I'm trying to help you right now. I don't want to say this just because I have to. No, I'm trying to help you, honey. Like, because
help me, help
baby,
you.
Can you help me?
You know what I mean? Because think about when we had Tamika Catchings, and like I tell people all the time, Nadia Chanwa is probably the smartest basketball player I know. She know the 1 through the 5. She know plays. She gonna call your offense. She gonna call your defense. Like one of the smartest players. So being able to, me and you being able to like to have that, like it was good. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It helped me for sure, especially coming from Coach Staley, who was pretty disciplined and like how things need to be done. Like coming to a situation where everybody's older, I'm learning, like I'm literally just there on vibes, and I love that for me. Like I was like, shoot, if I mess up, I'm supposed to come out anyway, right?
You really was the only rookie.
I was the only rookie just thugging out with y'all, having a good time. I was on vibes my rookie year. Like, I really didn't even care what happened. Like, I was just so happy to be there.
No,
with
make
my
no
friends.
mistake. You was a good rookie. Like, you didn't have no issues where it's like, just be on time or do this or do that. Like, what we deal with now is be on time. Don't be late. Make sure you do this. Make sure when you go to this event, you look like this.
Yeah.
Make sure you say this.
Dawn ain't played none of that in college. I was very well groomed prior to.
Oh yeah,
I carried myself as a professional before I was ever a professional. Again, which I feel like is a lost cause these days, and people don't realize like how much it takes to really be a pro. Like, people just say that they think you make a couple dollars and you a pro. No.
Completely no. It's a whole package that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of people don't last. And that's why I try to tell people, like, just, you think putting that ball in the basket is gonna keep you in this league? No, it's a certain way you gotta talk in the media because you represent a whole organization. One, forget the organization, you represent yourself. So don't mishandle you before you mishandle a whole organization that's watching you, that's gonna kick you to the curb the moment they can or if they need to, because what it is, a business, right?
It is a business.
All right, so I got 5 questions off the dome. First thing coming to mind. South Carolina's starting 5. Who would you pick? Starting 5 all time.
Like
South
ever?
Carolina?
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Tiffany Mitchell.
Oh yeah, clearly. Me, Asia. Aaliyah.
Who Aaliyah who?
Boston.
Okay. Say that full name.
Let me see. I'm gonna put I don't know these last 2. Well, people want to put Leisha in there, but technically she didn't go all 4 years at South Carolina. So I feel like that's why they leave her out of some conversations, even though she did win a championship. She didn't go to South Carolina.
You can put this in a rules over here if you want to put it there.
She technically didn't go there all 4 years.
If you want to put it in there, put it in there.
Leisha would be like a
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
So who the 2 then?
So the people that been there all 4 years, the last 2 would be probably.
You need a point guard, Buki.
Yeah, Ty. I'll put Ty Harris. And probably Elena Coates.
So the whole 5.
Starting 5, South Carolina for me would be myself, Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, Ty Harris, Elena Coates.
All right, boom.
6 woman leash.
Here we go. Favorite road city to play in?
Favorite road city?
In the WNBA.
Well, I mean, I'm about to talk to you.
No.
Okay, sorry. I like Atlanta, of course. I'm from North Carolina, so this is the closest that I get to home. But also, I like Dallas, and that's why I moved to Dallas as well.
All right, favorite player watching grow up?
Favorite player watching grow up? It's easy. Dawn Staley. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all knew that.
Right.
Y'all knew that. Now, come on.
Pregame go-to meal.
Before every game, I eat breakfast. It don't matter what time it is. I'm always have turkey bacon, eggs, either a pancake or waffle, some grits, and some hash browns.
Oh God! All right,
but where all of it's going though, Tim?
To the bunkie.
Oh my goodness! But even if a game is at 7 o'clock, you eat breakfast right before?
Well, I'll eat breakfast. Well, I'll have shoot around. Then I'll come home. I'll make breakfast, and then I'll probably eat again this season. The really only go-tos was like Jersey Mike's and like Chipotle sometimes.
Hey, I'm telling you, Chipotle keep coming up. I'm telling you.
Jersey Mike's and Chipotle definitely will walk in with a Jersey Mike bag with what is it? No, that's Jimmy John's Turkey Tom.
All right, here we go. We supposed to be giving one word answer.
Sorry.
All right, game on the line. Go-to move. What you coming out with?
Let's see.
What's in your bag?
We need a 2.
We need a 2-pointer? Oh, okay. That's, I'm about to go a little tween cross, right hand, right foot, lay. Yeah, lay real quick. High off the glass, can't block it. Then you jumped into me and you probably fouled me. Now it's an and 1. Now we have the free throw line. You already know how that go.
How'd that go?
That sound like a miss. That sound like a miss. The hell?
That sound like
hell yeah. That is. Never heard that one, folks.
Well, Tiff, I appreciate you stepping in. Easy Bucket Lounge. Like I said, I've been wanting to get you here so we can just highlight you so you can kind of tell our audience about like your journey and your story. But listen, I'm proud of you. I'm happy to call you my friend. Whatever you do next, I don't give a damn if you want to go hiking or if you want to start skydiving. I support you. I don't care what you decide to
I'll
do.
watch.
I'm with
I ain't going there and one
I'm
of them.
supporting you. But seriously, I'm super proud of you. Thank you for coming through. Whatever you do next, we know it's gonna be great because, like you said, you get that second chance. So, y'all, we about to wrap it up. Tiff, thank you again. Appreciate you. Yo, we out. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. We in the Easy Buckets Lounge. Tune in, baby, for the next episode.
We out of here.